Hey guys, welcome back to Enlightened Turtle. It's your host Kev here. So the videos slowed down this week. Like I say, I've still got at least one more to get out before the end of the weekend. I'll probably go back and start recording tonight. But because the weather's been nice like the past few days, I thought I'll take this opportunity to get out. Now, apparently we're getting a storm over the next few days, which is going to be pretty brutal. And plus, Taz loves being in the snow and hanging out with the sheep. But behind me right now is a place called Boars round barrow. Now, it's either late Bronze Age or Neolithic, and I've had a little look online. There's actually not too much information available, but saying that the internet's not, like the signal's not great around here, so we haven't been able to like do a good search or anything. But I went onto Google Maps and thought I'm getting out today, and this popped up when I typed in Bronze Age. Say there's not much information, but it's a lot bigger than I thought. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone knows what this, like, knows any information about this. I'll probably do a little search myself. But some nice countryside around here. Obviously the planes are out. And the sky is, well, it's cloud seeding, isn't it? Got all these fake clouds now where they've dispersing the vapour into the sky. Why we're going to have massive storms over the next few days. Who knows? Is that a conspiracy? I don't care. Who really knows? But yeah, so the next video that I'm going to be recording tonight is going to be from Reverend Morgan. Now there's a few things we touched on in the last video that are going to carry on into this next one, and then I'm going to put those two, like the information in these two videos together, and then that's going to lead us, like I said, into the next big video, which will probably be in about a week or so. And I was quite surprised when I started doing the research for this video last week, just how much information started, I wouldn't say corroborate, but it helps paint the picture. Obviously when we cast our minds back, going back to when this barrow was built, you know, the Bronze Age, Neolithic, we're talking several thousand years. So there's no book that you can pick up that has all the answers or anything like that. I hope this isn't too windy, by the way, as well. Yeah, that wind's picking up a little bit and it's so frosty. So yeah, found a round barrow anyway, and maybe I'll have some more information on this in the future. It'd be nice to do. Another thing I just wanted to say real quick as well, been doing a little bit of looking around on some maps, and is it me or has anyone else noticed that there's like always a golf course next to like a really interesting place, which is going to come to light in a few weeks. When, like I say, I've got quite a few big videos planned for this year, well, for the next few months anyway. That's hopefully going to tie a lot of information together. I've got my ideas, but there's still so much research that needs to be done before I can like present it, because I don't want to look like a fool, you know. But yeah, like I say, don't take offence. I won't take offence, should I say, if nobody watches it. Like, don't worry about it. But I wouldn't unsubscribe just yet, because we're only just getting going. Nice, no way. Some local history. I'm by Warrington/Wigan, to be fair, if anyone wanted to know. Who knows, maybe there's more sites like this around. There wasn't that much on the map. I initially wanted to go to a National Trust place, obviously I'm a member of the National Trust, but there wasn't much about, so I went to Google Maps and I found this. Just fantastic. I say, what a view as well. So yeah, stay tuned. There'll be a video out either tonight, probably tomorrow, because I want to put some visuals and stuff in this one. That last one is just a talk through, and I haven't watched it back, but I'm guessing it's probably a little bit boring because it's just me talking. It's always nice to have some visuals to go with it, isn't it? But that's a visual for you right there. 3,000 to 4,000 year old round barrow, and I'm going to go and stand on top of it and take in the views. Do you know what, I've just got to say, even going back 4,000 years, or should I say going back 4,000 years, even something such as this, a round barrow, that's probably about, well, you can't even see where it starts and where it ends, to be perfectly honest. There's no clear definition on it, but probably about 60 metres, maybe 60, yeah, about 60 metres across and around. That's a lot of earth that's being shifted there. And apparently these people had stone tools, used bones and antler. It's amazing, isn't it, when you think about it? If that was the case, could have had metal, who knows, for real, like. So there's the round barrow. I just wanted to say really quick as well, you know, there's not a single signpost that I come across around here for this. There's no information board, there's no nothing, which is kind of indicative really of what I've noticed in like the northwest. I don't know what it's like for people in their area of the country, but it seems like information on this kind of stuff is very, very limited. And what information you can get, after I've just had a quick look, as I said, online, is there's not much. It's not much at all. It's giving you its location and its age, but I'm not too sure if this has been excavated or not, and if it has, what they found in there. So yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it? You think something like this in this area, when there's not a great deal of ancient history, because obviously where I'm from, Liverpool, which is what, maybe it took me like 40 minutes to get here, that was all pretty much marshland, you know, going back several thousand years. And all this that will actually come into play in the future, that, because I've started to put a couple of little bits together on, you know, you've got Doggerland. I've seen someone put a post in the Britain's Hidden History group, the uncensored one. Unfortunately, I'm only in that group, not part of the other one. And it was talking about the Mabinogi, and it had a map, or someone shared a map, and Peter made a good point saying that, you know, perhaps there's more truth to the Mabinogi than first thought, or Mabinogion, depends how you want to pronounce it. And yeah, so the waterways, they're going to come into play. Doggerland sank under the water. Now, like I say, this next video, big video, I might as well spill the beans a little bit now. You're going to get the gist of it when I do this Morgan video anyway. Is we've got to start thinking about the Great Flood. Is this a myth, or did this really take place? And what are the tangibles? What are the repercussions of a Great Flood? Let's put it this way, it's going to pull up some trees, this video, hopefully anyway. For me, it's all new information, so you might be all well aware of this kind of stuff. Fair play to you. But yeah, I really thought I'd come here and it'd be like an information board, be to find out, like, maybe if someone was buried here, who it was, what the finds were. I was hoping to see what kind of finds were found in there. So I think I'm gonna have to go home, record the Morgan video. Like I say, it'll probably get out tomorrow, that, because I want to put some visuals in it. But then I'm gonna have to have a little look into this round barrow and see what information is out there. But yeah, I don't know if it's the same in your neck of the woods. If like ancient historic sites like this are almost kind of hidden with not much information. But I think the sun's starting to go down already, and like I say, I've had a great couple of days being out climbing the hills and all that kind of stuff. And if people seen them videos, happy days. If they didn't watch them, like I say, I'm not really too fussed. I put them videos of me and Taz on my channel for me, so in the future when I look back, I can look back on good times, not just sweating me butt off trying to put 2 and 2 together and get 4.1. Now, I accidentally drove down the wrong road and went onto some private land, excuse me, and I seen a gate, so I thought, oh well, must be through that gate and I can get access to over here. But it wasn't. Like I say, it was private land, and what I did notice, there was some really large stones in that garden. And when I say stones, I mean like big massive like blocks and boulders. Don't know if it's they just dug it out the land or got it delivered, but who knows if it's any association to this. I'm not too sure, but like I say, there's no bloody information, so who knows. I'm gonna lift my phone over this fence. Like I say, it's private property, so I can't enter the property. But let's see if we can see these stone blocks. See them? That's one there. Another one. Like I say, there's several of these huge stones in there, but it's on private property, so I can't get any closer to see if there's see how old they actually look, if there's any markings on them or anything like that. I can't imagine it, otherwise there'd be some information, you'd think. I've just got off from the round barrow, which is just in the field, just over there. Now, I was about to go to the beach, because obviously Liverpool gets fantastic sunsets, like Sunset City really, like the LA of England, imagine that, without the heat. But I thought, it's a bit cloudy, all these fake clouds are filling the sky, so I was thinking, right, I'll go and see if there's anything more local around here. And what's popped up is a fairy glen, so me and Taz are going to go and have a look, see if we can see some fairies. Don't you just love the sound of running water? I don't know if you can hear me, but our ancestors apparently had a real affinity with running water. Obviously, I live close to the mighty River Mersey. You've got the River Severn, the Thames, you know, all these different rivers around Britain, and obviously the Severn, or the Severn, I've heard some people say, is like a massive river. Because when I was talking about Doggerland before, could all the marshlands, the Severn being like the main way in from that side of the world? Now, I'm not going to make any crazy claims, but we did come here, I think it's called the Fairy Glen. There's the fairies. I don't even know if fairies exist, but if you look down here, got some fairy dust right by this little crack in the tree. Is that where the pixies live? Just thinking there, actually, pixies, according to Reverend Morgan, who we shall be doing a reading of, as I say, he thinks pixies are a terminology related to the Picts in Scotland, who were a branch of the Cymry that went round Britain and eventually splintered off, and then you had the Skits came over and all that. I just thought of something there as well. Now, that round barrow's just like the other side of that road into the fields behind there. Now, I wonder, with this water course being so close, I can't help but ask the question, a lot of round barrows, are they situated next to a watercourse? That'd be quite interesting if they are. Like I say, the sound of running water is just amazing, isn't it? And I've never been to this place before, but I tell you what, I'll be coming back. You see like the lapping water? Now, there's a theory out there of cymatics, energy, frequency, and water being used in the past to heal people. Where you'd think of like hydrotherapy of today, sitting in water and adding minerals and all this kind of stuff. As far as I'm aware, hydrotherapy of yesteryear involved being around water, not necessarily in water, though there is a number of tales from the past. Like if anyone remembers when we went to St. Helen's Well, and we looked into St. Helen and around that area, Christian worship for over 1,000 years, or potentially well longer. And that well was of really cold water, and apparently it was for healing psychological ailments, not physical. There's some interesting geology around here as well, I have to say. Now I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to see like quite a few different shades on this wall that's got a lot of moisture dripping down onto it. See, we've got like the lighter dry there, dry area. Then we've got the what you'd expect to see with the moisture, like a darker shade. But if you look over there, it looks really red, almost like blood on the rock, which is interesting. And you come around here and you see it there, it's really red, but it's a different kind of stone, I'm not too sure. Fascinating though. Right, now I'm starting to think that this really might have been a quarry area, because look at all this natural stone up there. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this used to be like a quarry area at some point. Like I say, that round barrow is just up there. Very interesting location. Glad it came out now. You can see like there's a lot of cut blocks here now that are being used for this like wall. I'm guessing it's that kind of wall. But when you look at this tree here and the size of it, oh, it's got a fair bit of age to it. Let's see all the blocks. The reason I mention that is because I've actually done a previous, I wouldn't say exploration videos, just me walking about on Up Holland, Billinge, you know, the peak hills around Liverpool that are not too far away. I've been on them, I've explored them, some interesting stuff. You see you've got more stone blocks there. And what's interesting is you find the same cut stone on those two hills as well, with similar like rock features, and both locations were said to have been quarries in the past, so it makes sense, to be quite honest. So over the water on the Wirral Peninsula, there's a small church there. I can't for the love of me think of the name. Let me sit down on this bench for a minute. There was a priory over there, and the story goes there was a Welsh princess, and she was beheaded, and where her head fell, a spring came off the ground. So they decided to build like a chapel and a priory over it and around it, and that water also was extremely cold and had all kinds of alleged medicinal benefits. So it's just nice to be around running water. Say before, I enjoy the sound of it, but according to a number of researchers of the past, cymatics, frequencies, and the cascading sound of water is supposed to be really beneficial, I'm guessing, for the body and the mind. So I'm just going to sit here and just take in some of these sounds with Taz.